Here's The Wire Season 5, Episode 9, titled Late Editions. Innocence is lost, everything catches up, but everything remains the same. Episode where we're kind of in a loop here, where when you're in a broken system, you go in a loop. It's like when something is broken, it can't evolve. Like, think about, you can keep going, you can keep your plants going, but at the same time, when it's dead, it's dead. It doesn't grow anymore. Just like us. Basically, I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about emotionally and spiritually, whatever you want to call it, intellectually. When we stop wanting to learn, basically, we can't evolve. Then when the system is broken, you basically go in a loop. You go in like in a circle. So then basically, when something finishes and something new begins, but the thing is, it doesn't evolve to another level. It stays in the same level. So innocence is lost, everything catches up, but everything remains the same. Order from the mayor's office: lower crime rate, be creative, quote unquote, with the stats. So here you got Carcetti, who starts an idealistic guy, because people get into that office, they get into those rooms because they want to make the world a better place. But as you get more political and as you try to move up and more ambitious to move up the ladder, you're basically, eventually you disappoint. It's even brought up in season 3 where one of his hands says basically, in the end, these politicians are maybe great communicators, but they'll always disappoint. So don't basically keep your hopes up for these people, because they're always going to disappoint eventually. And that's what we have to learn about our elected officials. Some of them may be great communicators, like Obama in 2008, but he's trying his best. He'll always disappoint us because they are in a political machine of the Democratic Party, and they basically are not an individual. And at the same time, they are an individual. They want to keep their political and their basically in their legacy intact at the same time. So this is what happens. Gus moving in on Scott's false stories. He knows that Scott's a fucking liar, but what are we going to do about it? Basically, you're going to basically tear down the whole newspaper corporation for one false story, all the false stories that he did. This is what happens. It's like when a machine can't be stopped. With McNulty, what are they going to do? Greg's rats on McNulty, and Daniels knows what's going to happen now with the homeless people. Well, what can we do with McNulty now? Are you going to tear down and lose all the integrity of the whole police force for one guy's stupid decision? Or are you going to bury it? And this is what you do. You bury it, because what we talk about in this whole theme of this episode, this whole theme of this series, is that when there's a lie, they become bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually the lie becomes so big you can't tell the truth anymore because it affects so many other people. That's my review.